onto this delicious piece of information now. Nigerian robotics engineer Bolarinwa Kemisola has developed an undergarment that she says can detect breast cancer. Nigeria loses an estimated 17,000 women every year to the disease, and there are hopes this device will help with early warning signs that can save lives. Let's find out more on this. We speak to Bolarinwa Kemisola. Thank you very much for availing yourself this morning, and a good morning to you. What brought your attention to cancer and to be moved to a point where you actually do something about it?
Well, thank you for having me on your program. Well, it's my experience. I have an experience. I lost someone close to me. Someone so dear to me to breast cancer in 2017. So these really put me on my toes as a woman in tech to come up with a solution that can help with the early detection. Because coming to this part of the world, most mortality rate we have is resulted to late detection. Most women get to know of their status when it's already been grown through stage 3, stage 4. So coming up with this device will help. My solution will help women for early detection. So that is what really motivated me to come up with this solution to help women with this disease, with the prevention and the care of this disease.
How does the bra work?
Well, it's just like other normal devices that you use, other medical devices you use in the house. Just like your glucometer, your blood pressure machine and all that. So you put it on for a maximum of 30 minutes. You take your readings, check your status, you get your results on your mobile application, and you take it out. And that's just it.
Very, very simple. But the work that has gone behind this was far from simple, right? Just even getting the research was difficult, where you had to rely on Google and YouTube.
Okay. Well, the open, it's we utilize a very safe technology in the development, and that is ultrasound technology. That is what we use in the development. Because before we could go into the development, we have to research on the existing techniques of breast screening. So we have to resort to ultrasound technology. You know, it's more more better off mammogram, which is the normal tech that we have in place. Because mammogram, because of the radiation, it is advisable for women to just do it once in a year. Even some women, they tell them once in 3 years before they could subject themselves to mammogram. So coming up with this will help women to check on regular basis without any radiation, using a very safe technology. So, I mean, like you said, we have a whole lot of things done before we could like push it out there, coming up with a very simple usage.
Sure. And where is the process right now? How long until it's a reality for women not only in Nigeria but throughout the continent can access the device?
Okay, what we have currently, we launched the prototype. The first prototype we launched this year, February. It was aired on BBC. We are working now towards the completion of the device to get it to the production state, whereby we have it readily available in the market for every woman out there. So we are working before the end of this year. We want to conduct a clinical trial on the final stage, so after first quarter of next year to be readily available in the market.
You are, though, Bola, calling for more women to enter into the space of STEM. Why is that so important, and what is the current landscape looking like?
Well, it's not news. It's not news that we have few women. It has been a challenge. It's a global challenge. Few women in the field of STEM, basically, like majorly technology engineering. We have them in science. We have more women in medical line and all that. But when it comes to technology engineering, they are very few. So, and I think we need more women in the space. We need women in the space of tech. So how can we do that? That prompts me to catch them young thing that I do, catch them young advocacy. So encouraging that young girl, that young lady to choose a career in STEM. We cannot force anybody to choose a career in STEM. We can only encourage them to do so. And that is what my advocacy is all about, so advocating this STEM education for girl child. And I believe with that, we can bring that gap we can actually bring the gap, the STEM gap, and have more women in the space.
How is the government working to close that gap, right? Not only maybe in your country, you can give us a specific example in terms of how the government is helping, and the amount of help that you have received in making this a reality. We understand that people from all over the world have reached out.
Well, I have my own technique. I initiated something called STEM Gender Gap, where it's basically a workshop, hands-on workshop, because I believe in real-life application, hands-on, real-life application of this skills of STEM. You know, here in Nigeria, our educational system is more of theory. You know, it's more of theory. So I believe when these girls, when they're able to see the real-life application of all those things, when they're able to lay their hands on all the things they've been taught in class, it will encourage them. It will, give them that courage to to go into that path. I don't know if you understand. So basically, what I do is through hands-on, I've been able to impact. I think when I started 2 years ago, because of COVID, I wasn't able to we didn't do much last year. But the little time we've introduced this, we've initiated this, we've been able to get, we have a massive turnout. We have a massive turnout. We've been able to impact some girl child, to have interest. That's the first thing, to have their interest, to get their interest to study those courses. To study the subject, to offer those subjects in the school, majorly in secondary school. And we've been able to do something, and I'm happy about the turnout. Basically, hands-on.
Well, Bola, the little that you have done has turned out to be plenty. A big congratulations to you, and thank you very much for availing yourself this morning. Bolarinwa Kemisola is a Nigerian robotics engineer.